Don't skip the struggle. Skipping the struggle is or the desire to skip the struggle is what ultimately leads to temporary results. Whether it's you choose to do something that gives you a shortcut. I'm not going to name specific things, but something definitely comes to your mind in terms of shortcuts to getting, let's say, the body fat off your body. It's the things that you Google. It's the prices that you look into, the quotes that you get to see, hey, how much would it cost to have this happen so that I can speed up my fat loss? What you're trying to do is skip the struggle and get to the result. But the secret that everybody who's experienced this change and basically permanent changes to their life or to their body aesthetic, whatever, is that this struggle taught them what they needed to know. The process was the most valuable outcome, if you want to call it that. It wasn't the fact that they lost the 10 pounds, it's what they learned in that time that it took for them to lose 10 pounds. They went through the struggle and they learned. They figured out the skills that they needed, the habits they had to create, the things they had to practice on a daily basis to support them in their success. But if you're always looking for ways to skip the struggle, you're looking for ways to have temporary success. I promise you this. And maybe you can afford to have one of these shortcuts and you get to the end result. And maybe you realize that after a few months that, hey, I have to actually do these things to maintain these results. Otherwise, all this money I spent has gone to waste. Think about that. If you would have just created the habits before you even tried to do that whatever it is, you would have been able to find it easy to maintain, let's say, because you made the necessary changes. You learned the necessary things. You created the correct habits for yourself. Your desire to skip the struggle is what's keeping you from succeeding. It's not always going to be easy, but what part of life is? Maybe we are at that point in the way that things have evolved that we are always looking to skip the struggle in some way or the other. But that's why I'm such a big fan of trying to expand the bandwidth of your experience. That, of course, is another topic. But if you continue to look to skip the struggle, you're going to look to skip permanent results. That's what I'll say. You'll skip learning what you need to learn. You'll skip the process that it takes to create permanent success. So stop looking, stop thinking about, stop researching, and just don't skip the struggle.